Hello.
Welcome or welcome back.
I'm Erin Bell.
And I'm Kenny Page.
And we are Potty
Potty
Mouth. It's close enough.
That was our
The best we're gonna get.
Our take on a transition that we thought would be cool, but it took us 18 million years to get there, but
It's fine.
it's fine. So, I am still ill. I am still battling sinus crap, which also it was 55 degrees a few days ago, and then now we have 2-3 inches of snow outside.
Not it being nice out and then being like, just kidding.
Yeah.
Hardy har.
Yeah. So my immune system and my children's immune systems are. Anyways, so I have some more Reddit stories, but a little bit different than am I the am I overreacting, relationship, marriage, all that jazz. Instead, we have what's the funniest thing you or someone you know got arrested for? Or Cops of Reddit. What's the weirdest thing you have ever had to arrest somebody for? We're going to start out with the funniest ones. I found all of these. Erin has not seen any of these. I have skimmed through some of them, and some of them were quite questionable. So, the first one here is from Perceptions89 from 7 years ago. Had a friend a while ago went to a Halloween party dressed as Lieutenant Dangle from Reno 911. He and another guy wound up getting DUIs and spending the night in jail. DUIs are not funny in the slightest, but watching this dude do the walk of shame out of a precinct dressed as Lieutenant Dangle was one of the funniest things I have ever seen. This is also from 7 years ago. When I was a kid, my mom's friend was arrested once because she threw a piece of fried chicken at her husband. Her husband came home after drinking one night and saw her eating fried chicken. He asked, "Where the is my fried chicken?"
I throw the whole bucket at him.
To which she replied, "With a drumstick to the face." He called the cops and my mom had to go pick her friend up from jail. And kept joking. She was charged with assault with a deadly chicken. That's hilarious. That's crazy, actually.
Want your KFC, you
domestic violence
via
chicken wing. This person said, "So, I once worked at Home Depot and a woman came in smelling of booze. She looked upset and asked if we sold glass. I took her to the glass and she asked if we cut it. I told her we didn't. She told me, so my boyfriend and I were drinking and we got really drunk and then we started arguing and I threw a glass at him, but he decided to duck and it broke one of his window panes. You know, typical shit. Happens to everyone." I remember thinking, no, it doesn't just happen to anyone. I've never thrown glass at my wife and drunkenly broken a window. Sorry, lady. A lot of these are drunk shenanigans. I have a friend who used to drink a lot and get into all sorts of drunken shenanigans. Once at a college football game, someone cut in line ahead of him at the porta potties. He got and pushed over the porta potty with the dude in it. Pro tip, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you want to push over a porta potty with someone in it, push it over onto the door. Otherwise, you'll quickly find yourself dealing with a very angry, very covered individual. A fight ensued. He nearly got expelled, but it all worked out. Anyways, he's a doctor now. Stick with me here. A friend of mine in college had a fake ID and was arrested for public intoxication. He didn't remember a thing, and upon his release, he asked if they also charged him with a minor in possession of alcohol through consumption. He didn't know, so we asked to see his citation. Turns out, when he got arrested, he showed the police his fake ID rather than his real one. So whomever the ID belongs to, you have a public intoxication charge in Lancaster County in Nebraska as of 10 years ago. And therefore, my friend was not charged of anything.
I never understood the whole thing of
fake IDs.
Having a fake ID. But I also just didn't drink. I barely drink
now.
Why
would you could... No, I'm not saying you could drink alcohol at home. Why would you go out in public and
purposely want to go to a bar and be like,
yeah,
I don't know. I guess to each their own, but I can't. No, I'm too much of it gives me anxiety that I know that I'm lying about something. I went to a comedy club on the ship and it was you had to be 18 and I was 16 and I was out.
Yeah, I'd literally, like, just have a mental breakdown of, like, knowing that I'm lying. Like, no thanks. This one says, couple friends of mine climbed up a microwave tower in the middle of town. They never would have been caught, but when they got to the top, they startled a big flock of pigeons that roost there. When the birds took off, they pooped all over them. They started shrieking and cussing and woke up the security guard in the building next door. When I went to post their bail the next morning, they still had bird in their hair. That's a really situation.
That's nasty.
Hmm.
Bukaka.
I'm going to switch over to the cops of Reddit. What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to arrest somebody for? Huh. Are you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Cops of Reddit. What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to arrest somebody for? This one is from, hi, my name is Trendy, from 8 years ago. My dad was on World's Dumbest Criminals. He arrested a guy who kept checking out books at the library, then in them and returning them.
His girlfriend was the librarian.
His ex-girlfriend was the
Yes.
librarian? Was there much of an investigation? Did he use a false name on the library card? Or was this all of his own name? I'm picturing a movie with Morgan Freeman as a detective and Anthony Hopkins as the mystery book. I think it has Oscar potential.
Mystery book.
World's Dumbest Criminals. So, that's obviously a show, so if you're interested in looking that one up, that one's out there on the internet.
Jesus.
This one is, my father once had to arrest a 70-year-old man who was attempting to drive his granddaughter's toy Jeep on the highway, naked, and he wasn't senile.
The way that I would burn that Barbie Jeep after my grandpa's naked has been in my Jeep. Brother, no.
Not grandpa's naked.
Out of here, Peepaw. You nasty He was also the mystery book and there was streaks in the Jeep as well.
Oh my gosh. You just gotta start acting crazy before you actually go crazy, because then they'll think that you've been that way for a long time and can just manage to live on your own so that they won't put you in a home.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the Jeep. That's not, no. This one is from Waffles 729, 8 years ago. I'm a reporter, not a cop, but I do read through the police reports every day. In our small town, one man keeps having his house broken into. The burglars eat all the man's honey buns, puts a cigarette butt in the toilet, on it, and leaves. They never do anything else. The police have never caught who's doing it, but it's been happening every few months for years now. Somebody says, who the why the doesn't he put a camera up somewhere? What the Why does he keep buying more honey buns? How do they always know that he has them? Trace trail back to where he buys the honey buns.
Some local head that got hungry.
It's probably like the cashier at the store or something. Just this one has to do with chicken again. When I was a corrections officer, I booked a kid in for chicken at large. In retrospect, I suppose a chicken at large isn't all that descriptive. At large is a term used to refer to an animal that is not penned up or otherwise restrained. When the dog runs away and gets picked up by animal control, you get a ticket for dog at large. In this case, the guy had a rooster in his backyard, and his neighbors weren't too keen on the community 5 a.m. alarm clock. This was about 10 years ago, when urban chickens had just started to hit the hipster mainstream. A couple lessons here. If you want urban chickens, don't get a rooster. If you contest the ticket, show up in court. So he just never showed up in court, and it was just a chicken at large. I need to find, like, a really good one to, like... I work at a casino. We had to call the police for this little old lady who is self-excluded / banned, don't remember which, probably a dozen times over the years for trespassing. They've actually arrested her a few times, sad and comical all at the same time, and she always leaves with a big grin on her face. She's like, I'm gambling.
She's proud of herself. Well, if you ever call the I have a gambling issue hotline thing, they ban you from all of the...
Yeah, you can't do online gambling, nothing.
I've never been arrested, so I can't relate to these stories.
Yeah. You'll appreciate this one. I say that in like this one's very unhinged way. This is from the Pooch Man 8 years ago.
Pooch?
Stealing a bag of dildos and plugs.
Yes.
At a local bedbug-infested hotel, a lovely resident contacted us regarding his backpack containing money being stolen off the bench outside of the room. Said he knows who took it, watched the security tape, saw the gentleman from the room next door take the bag and go back inside. Made contact with him. He admits to it and says he threw it out, but used the money in the outside pouch to buy some. The complainant fills out an itemized list of contents of the bag. We later find out, and sure enough, it contained all 30 dildos he said it did.
30?
30.
What the were they doing in there?
30? That's a whole lot of dildos. Yeah, so those were some wild ones. I think the moral of the story here is don't do and
wear clothes.
Public streaking.
Keep your old man out of my pink Jeep, you
Yeah, don't drive pink Jeeps naked down the highway.
with your grandpa saggy
Yeah.
Jeep.
Keep your grandpa in the house. Keep an eye on him.
Keep him under wraps.
Make sure he has clothes.
Make sure you check him out mentally, because something ain't right.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, some of these were kind of questionable.
Some?
All? Yeah. A little bit of something different. A little bit of chaos and yeah, what she
Chili's
said.
two favorite things.
Yeah.
Chaos and
Chaos. Anyways, do you have any chaotic arrest stories? Are you a cop? Have you arrested anybody? Have you ever witnessed anybody getting arrested for something chaotic? Because I don't think we have. Unfortunately. Although, I will say that one of our neighbors, whenever we first moved into our house, I think the cops showed up there, like multiple cops showed up there, like 3 times within the first, 5 months of living there. And it's also the same guy, he was mowing his grass at 9:30 at night, had one headlight.
as he should. I know you're talking about. I literally can. I literally remember when I was there and he was.
Yep. And he also was using a chainsaw, cutting part of his porch off. And I also witnessed him backing his car into his porch one day. And then he picked it up and chucked it. But obviously we don't condone to drugs, and we're not making fun of people who have done drugs, because obviously it is a serious situation. But we wanted to share some interesting Reddit stories. Unhinged arrest stories. Oops. I was trying to find some that were didn't make sense arrest stories, but most of them were from 8 years ago, and they all had to do with streaking and questionable items. So this will at least be a short one, because they were all short little stories. The chicken at large. Mm-hmm. The chicken, the fried chicken thrown at the husband.
Period. I'd do it too.
Just throw the whole bucket, put the bucket on his head, and just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let us know in the comments. Leave a little cop emoji, or let us know what your favorite / craziest arrest story was from this. So, anyways, we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.